What's good, everyone? It's Weeby's back with another video. I probably look exhausted right now, and that's because I am, because I just got out of the gym. But on that note, I decided to make another video. This video ties into my planeswalker series that I started, where I make decks based on planeswalkers. I know I've talked about how I have planeswalker decks, so I decided to make a video going through said already made planeswalker decks. So to kick it off, my favorite mana color, let's go with green. So with green, I actually have Nissa from the Nissa vs. Obnixilis dual decks, back when dual decks was still a thing. So I bought these ones. So my green is Nissa, which I have altered a little bit. So obviously I have Nissa, Voice of Zendikar. And she's really cool. She's a 3 mana, 3 loyalty counter planeswalker. I'm only going to highlight some of my favorite ones. So this is one of them. Her +1 is so it says put a 0/1 green plant creature token onto the battlefield, and then her -2 says put a +1 counter on each creature you control. And then her -7 says you gain X life and draw X cards, where X is the number of lands you control. So her deck is a very creature mana ramp deck. So a lot of the creatures will create creature tokens or will mana ramp, allow me to draw, stuff like that. So that's what she does. Another really cool one that I've got is called Avenger of Zendikar. I've got 2 of these bad boys in here. I threw them in myself. So Avenger of Zendikar says, when Avenger of Zendikar enters the battlefield, put a 0/1 green plant creature token onto the battlefield for each land you control. And then it's got landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you may put a +1 counter on each plant you control. So with that one, either it's you've got a bunch of these little 0/1s, or you've got a few 0/1s that have the potential to get huge. And then I've got Guardian of the Great Conduit, which is the one that gets pluses from having a Nissa planeswalker, Guilt Leaf Seer, not really all that impressive, Vines of the Recluse, Scythe Leopard, Briarhorn, I believe I have a couple of right there. Fertilid, I think I have a couple of as well. Nissa's Chosen. Jotty Life Strider, which I believe I have 2 of. Wood Elves. Civic Wayfinder. And then here's another one of my rares that I'm pretty impressed with. So this one's called Cloud Thresher. Flash Reach. When it enters the battlefield, it deals 2 damage to each creature with flying in each player. So unfortunately, it deals damage to me. But that's it. That's all it does to me, because I don't have any flying in this deck. And then it's got Evoke for 4. So at the beginning, you may cast this for its Evoke cost. If you do, it's sacrificed when it enters the battlefield. Right there. And then Walker of the Grove. Centennial Wood Readers. Oak Gnarl Warrior. One of my bigger creatures, other than Cloud Thresher. Natural Connection. And then Oran Reef Invoker. This one's a pretty cool one too. It's called Woodborne Behemoth. I've got 2 of those in here. Even though it's only an uncommon, I really like it more than some of my rares that are in here. And this one says, as long as you control 8 or more lands, it gets +4/+4 and has trample. And it's for 5 mana and it's a 4/4 itself. So that one's pretty neat. Elvish Visionary. I've got Saddleback Lagak. That one's not very impressive either. And then Seek the Horizon. This one's really good. So it says, search your library for up to 3 basic land cards, reveal them, put them into your hand, then shuffle your library. So that one's really good to get some basic lands out. And then the Thicket Elemental. This is one of the ones that I am on the fence about. But it's a 4/4 for 5 mana, and it's got kicker of 2. So for 7 mana, you can kick it and play it. And when Thicket Elemental enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, you may reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a creature card. If you do so, put that card onto the battlefield, then shuffle all other cards revealed this way into your library. So it's not bad, don't get me wrong. It's actually pretty good, but just not my cup of tea. Thorn-Wheeled Archers. Nice little flying blocker. Crop Rotation. Not gonna lie, I'm not a huge fan of it. These next 2 are probably some of my favorites in this deck. Gaia's Blessing. Well, Gaia's Blessing, whatever you want to call it. It's a 2 mana sorcery. Target player puts the top 3 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard, draw a card. And when it is put into the graveyard from your library, shuffle your graveyard into your library. So that one's not bad. And then this one is Abundance. It's a 4 mana rare enchantment. If you would draw a card, you may instead choose land or non-land and reveal a card from top of your library until you reveal a card of the chosen kind. Put that card into your hand and all other cards revealed this way at the bottom of your library in any order. So that one's really nice to try and get specific stuff. And then we've got some special lands. So I've got 2 Fertile Thickets. Enter the battlefield tapped. When it enters the battlefield, you may look at the top 5 cards of your library. If you do, reveal up to 1 basic land card from among them. Put that card on top of your library and the rest at the bottom in any order. So I've got 2 of those. And then Mosswort Bridge. Hideaway. This land enters the battlefield tapped. When it does, look top 4 cards of your library, exile 1 face down, then put the rest at the bottom of your library. You could tap it for 1 green, and then tap 1 green and tap it. You may play the exile card without paying its mana cost if creatures you control have a total power of 10 or greater, which in a green deck is really easy. And then I've got Treetop Village, enters the battlefield tapped, tap it for a green, tap a green in a random. It becomes a 3/3 green ape creature token, creature with trample until end of turn. It's still a land. And then to follow the whole 0/1 plant thing, I've got 2 Colony Gardens. They enter the battlefield tapped. When they enter the battlefield, put a 0/1 green plant creature token onto the battlefield, and then you can tap it for a green. Right there. And then the rest of my land are just forests. So that is my mono green planeswalker deck, based around Nissa or Nissa, however the fuck you want to pronounce it. God, I'm so sore already. Jesus. So that being said, please, if you like this content, like, comment, and subscribe. I will be doing another one of these where I highlight another deck that I've already made for the Planeswalker series. In fact, I've got ideas to make other Planeswalker decks in the future, other than the ones I've already made. So, on that note, please like, comment, and subscribe. Also, go follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/LordWeebius. I stream weekly. Sometimes, yeah, I stream weekly. We'll just leave it at that. And I think that's it. I'll see you later.